Don't you know we're just starting? But you sure we got the clue how that this we go. Don't you know no more art? And as you look to the horizon, not a cloud, but then stormy weather's go too cold. Seems like it crept up out of nowhere, all around you is not what you foretold. You never see it coming. You see that my mind is too fast for eyes. You're done, but the time is hit you, you're not surprised.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is DSP News, the unreliable ones. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newsroom. So what do we have going on today? We are here with Snort Burnell, Dspgaming. We're also here with Mr. Huffstuffs, providing us that sweet Mario Tennis, or Mario Aces, I'm sorry. Let's see, helping Persona 5. Apparently they don't know how to pronounce tervin, or they can't spell it, and hates Mario Tennis. Okay, so we are pretty much set. With that being said, let's talk about this Persona 5 situation. I think Phil dropped Persona 5 about a year ago. Okay? And the reason why he dropped it is because he had received a copyright strike. I believe from Atlas Japan. And on some part of his playthrough. I think he was up to I think he made it up to 200 parts in that playthrough. I think. Don't quote me on that. In any case, I guess Atlas had an embargo on how far you could essentially go in a playthrough before they wanted you to stop. Now, Phil either thought that the embargo had passed, or where he was at on the game at that particular time didn't fall under its restrictions. In any case, he ends up getting a copyright strike, I believe, from them, and he quit the game, saying that I'll never play an Atlas game again. Typical Phil, talking out of his ass without really thinking, and dropped the game. And then went on this little sympathy campaign about, guys, I could easily lose my channel now. I'm vulnerable. If anybody else wanted to copyright strike anything, which no one did, they're going to come and get me, and then it's all over for Dspgaming. Made himself a nice bit of cash over those couple of days, and then the strike was lifted. Imagine that. One would almost assume that Dave knew that strike was going to get lifted. But, coincidence. It was all one big coincidence, of course. There's nothing nefarious behind that. As for this new name they have for tervin, I would assume that right there is in response to that Dave meme that has been going around. And Phil doesn't like it, and Phil needs to retaliate in some way, shape, or form. And since he can't actually directly respond to tervin, at least not on stream, at least, he does it in the chat every once in a while, but actually do it directly on stream, without calling his name out, he's going to go with this instead, which is rather pathetic, to say the least. But that's Phil for you, never really addressing all of his problems, just sneak dissing. And he hates Mario Tennis. Okay, so first things first. His Mario Tennis playthroughs are atrocious. He complained at almost every step of it, and it was given to him. It was gifted to him for free. So what complaints do you really have? You know what I mean? Yes, you played through the the single player mode, but when he got online, I guess he got his ass handed to him, and he was saying that, oh, well, it didn't teach me this, oh, it didn't teach me that. Did you even take the time to learn? I would say no. So he completely got outclassed, and that's Dave for you. It's everybody else's fault but his. In any case, we're going to go through this, and we'll see if anything comes out of it that is worthwhile. It's Snort Burnell, so of course there is. It should be good. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DSP. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DSP News. Always late, never breaking. Unreliable coverage that you can't count on. A GTG Network and Productions. You guys all know the slogan. It's time to watch me work. Oh boy. He was really, really bad at Mario Tennis for no reason. Really, for no reason.
What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Today for the big momentous return of Persona 5. Now, here's the other thing. I'm gonna need your help. Oh my god! Disgusting beggar. Because after being away from a game for a year, okay, a year, I'm just overall pretty good at all kinds of different games. I think I could take something like that World Cyber Games Ultimate Gamer. You want to know the truth? I'm probably one of the best overall gamers in the country. I think in general, overall, I have improved as a gamer over the years. Any moment, I can pick up a controller and I can play any game at professional level. Most people don't know that I'm the most prolific gaming YouTuber there is. I've put out more gameplay videos and playthroughs and hours of gameplay in the last 10 years than any other human on planet Earth. I'm good at lying. I'm a brain dead.
He might have rage quit more games than any other YouTuber or gaming YouTuber. If I had to guess, the list that he has of games that he's quit it's extensive. It's impressive too. It's really impressive. If you look around the internet, you can find it. But he's definitely rage quit his fair share, more than anybody that I can ever think of, to be honest. But what are you gonna do?
Idiot. And I need the game to be as easy as fucking possible for me to play. I'm the worst gamer on the planet.
I don't know how it's gonna go today. I might have forgotten everything, you know, and I'm trying to remember. And by the way, I did watch the final part of the playthrough that it went on hiatus before I got that false copyright strike from Atlas, okay? And I did refresh myself a little bit because I know where the plot is. We just recruited the new member.
And I'm really gonna need your guys' help to figure out what to do because it's been a year. I don't even remember what the hell I was doing. Alright, I don't know where I am with the social links. I don't remember half the shit. So definitely, I'm gonna need your guys' input. Okay? I didn't want to do the bare minimum. I didn't want to come in. I would have felt bad if I came in looking like a fucking slob. Minimum effort, minimum money and time involved, maximum profit. Quick buck. Very hypocritical. King of hypocrisy. Beard Tendy did a 50-bit cheer. He says, I'm glad DSP has axes around his house in case, oh my goodness. So I'm not gonna bring this up. I'm just gonna say this. We have a new name for one of my biggest detractors. Someone who regularly, constantly steals my content because he can't put out any quality content of his own and gets no attention when he tries. And we got a new nickname for him that we're all gonna use.
Now, Wesley, how do you know that though? Here's the thing. Tevin, sorry, almost said the meme name. Tevin has his he has 3 YouTube channels. He has a Twitch. So there's a lot of ways of keeping up with Tevin if you wanted to. Praise be Almighty. So how do you know that when he puts up his own original content, it doesn't catch any views? How do you know that? Are you watching Tevin? And if so, it's okay. We know you watch everybody else. So, you know, is that the case? Do you sit there and is it possible that the theory that I had a little while ago is that you do sit there and you watch Tevin's videos and you look and you listen to the advice that he gives you, but you're not man enough to take it because you're afraid it's going to make you seem weak? Does this go back to that video you made where, oh, Tevin hurt me? He hurts me when he does content on me. You know what? Let me write this down. We're going to go over that video. Tevin did a video a while ago where Dave said that Tevin's content hurts him and whatnot. It really hurts him, almost on an emotional level. We're going to go over that video now and whatnot because I want you guys to hear it. So it's Dave's amazing. Amazing to let another grown-ass man hurt him like that. Allegedly. So we're going to go over that. So it seems like you might be watching Tevin more than Tevin watches you. It's amazing how stuff like that works out, huh? And as for your fan base, well, we all know that your fan base watches Tevin because, excuse me, if you guys ever watch any of Tevin's streams on YouTube and on Twitch to some extent, you'll find a DSP supporter in there every once in a while, kind of just creeping out. Or when he's on YouTube, while Phil is streaming on Twitch, you'll see a couple of them in the comment section of Dave's stream, a stream chat, being like, "Hey, you know Tevin's doing this," or they'll be taking this, some of the memes that Tevin had came up with and use it in Phil's chat. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess it only makes sense, right? You know, SOK isn't really around, so the next one to step up to the throne would be Tevin, and so, you know, Phil has to keep his eye on him too. So it kind of goes back to that Jay-Z Kanye album, Watch the Throne. And I guess since, you know, Phil's not sitting on it, you might as well watch the actual throne that's over here. You're really living up to that whole gout of throne thing that I had put out there a little while ago. It's amazing. It really is. DSP News.
The stream chat, but I'm not going to start talking about it publicly, but that was pretty fucking funny. What? Huh? Man, I'm stupid. Kill me now. When someone said his name wrong, I said, that is the best nickname ever. We got to start using that regularly in stream chat, and we are now from now on.
And Snort was right. I thought you're not allowed to talk about detractors in the chat. I thought that was a no-no. I thought we wanted to keep this all positive and you know, a safe place. You know, what happened? What happened, Phil? All right. Well, hey, well, you got to cash in somehow, right? You got to cash in.
All right. Anyway, here we go. Stop being a drama queen. That's the mentality of a small, brainless child. It's like a 5-year-old kid, you know? And I'm not a children's entertainer. This person did nothing. All they did was create kiddie drama for little kids. When I was a child, I was very different than the other children. When you watch me on a stream, you're getting pure, unadulterated Phil. You're getting out of me my pure, opinion on the matter. For the most part, it's pure Phil. You're getting the real deal. You're not getting the fake acting Phil. You're not getting a Muppet.
Then if that's the case, what Phil says is the pure Phil. He said it in his own words. There's no acting. There is no persona or anything. So what you hear and what you see is what you get. So then how's anybody taking anything out of context? Just saying. Love that ball spot, by the way. Shouts out to the Crimson King. Ball spot's amazing. Oh my god. And he has it in the exact place where that's genius. It's absolute genius. Really is.
Like I like to call some other streamers who, they overact for the camera, they have the dyed hair, and they have to be this certain stereotype to make money from kids. I'm not like that, and you guys know that. For 10 years, I've prided myself on being the real me, not some bullshit character to make money. All right?
You know, if Phil didn't shit on everything, and I mean this, I really, really mean this. If Phil didn't shit on everything that everybody else does, there wouldn't be nothing to call him out on. Like, you know what I'm saying? You should be one of those people. You should never really say never, because you never know when you're going to be put into a spot, right? So, you know, you should always try to keep your options open. Okay? You should always keep your horizons clear, because you never know what may happen. The thing is with Phil is everything he does is he had criticized at one time or another when someone else did it. And usually when someone else did it and was successful at it, Phil shitted on it. And then when he does it, he always has to come up with some narrative about, oh, well, my situation's different, or I was pushed into doing this, or I had no other choice. I had no other option. You had the option to shut the fuck up. You had the option to keep your mouth shut and whatnot and let things just play out. Like, how can anybody really sit there and be salty at somebody else's success? You know what I mean? If either just let it go and just don't say anything, or just be like, congratulations to him and move on. How hard is that? You know? But he has to shit on everything and then gets mad when it's done to him in return. Amazing.
For your best. This world. This world.
Look at that teenage girl fixing her hair. Isn't that pretty? Jesus Christ, stop, Phil. Stop. Seriously.
Come on! T.S. will shove them up your ass, gotta use the power to stop the motherfucking jackass, Dr. Eggman's having the shit, you're gonna fuck Solaris, got a fucking quick!
Speaking of which, Almighty Tervin has this really, really interesting theory that, when it's all said and done, I wonder if it's going to play out that way. Tervin says that, I'm sorry. Tervin says at the end of Dave's story that, he's probably going to end up coming out admitting that he was gay. And that's not a problem if that's what the case is. But you ever hear Phil talk, and his fan base too? They're always talking about shoving something up their own asses. It's the strangest behavior, and it gives more credence to what Tervin had said, that that's what the situation is going to be at the end of the day. I'm just throwing that out there. It's just so bizarre, and they constantly keep saying that stuff. It's like, something you want to tell us, Dave? You know, something you hinting us at? Is it true what I said and that cat's just window dressing? Is it true what James the Lesser Express Lane said? Shouts out to James the Lesser. That, cat's the cousin? Hashtag cousin cat? Is that what that is? Because he doesn't have any other siblings. You know what I mean? There was someone that says something about he has like a half sibling out there. I didn't know that. But then someone had also said that something about Phil had said a long time ago that he thought his parents were cheating on each other. So maybe Phil does have a sibling out there, like a half sister or something out there that we don't know about. I'm just gonna throw it out there. It's just all that's just a rumor, but it'd be interesting because last time I checked, Phil has no siblings. He was raised he was pretty much raised by himself and spent a lot of time with his cousins. But maybe Cat's one of them. Maybe. DSP News.
Alright.
YOLO Dopper cheered. He said, get some dumbbells through Amazon and start working out your triceps. Your arms are flabby. Wow. Yes, definitely. What on earth is going on?
Well, you didn't know that Phil used to be jacked back in the day, bruh? You know what I'm saying? Dude used to be an Adonis. You didn't know that? Shh. That's why he doesn't go to the gym with Cat. It's too big. Those guys would be ashamed if they saw the guns, baby. They don't want none of this, son. They don't. Not at all. Gun show all day, every day. That's why he's on stream. That's why no one messes with him. Because he's the man. Doesn't need to go to the gym. Gym is for wimps. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to do that. Picking up that controller, that's the most work he does all day. Nobody can compare to that. You're not man enough to sit on Phil's couch, get gout, and lift up a controller every minute of every day. That's a real workout. You want to get buff? Talk to Dave. Knows all about it. DSP News. I love this segment. That's just funny as hell.
Lollipop cheered. In his cheer, he also asked, will Mario Tennis return? Well, here's the thing. I didn't delete Mario Tennis, but I'll be honest with everyone, I don't like it. Like, Mario Tennis seems like a game if I really want to play it.
Yeah, he doesn't delete any of his Nintendo games. At least not that I've seen so far. Because he has ARMS, he has that one version of Street Fighter, he has Aces, and he has something else. He has like 4 or 5 games. He doesn't delete them. He's going to keep them. He's a Nintendo fanboy, so it is what it is. But he won't take the time to sit down and play it. You know, like really play it and learn how to play it. You know what I mean? And it'd be entertaining. It's a pretty good game to just visually, you know what I'm saying, where he could kind of just go on. He could just play it as as a side game instead of doing like PUBG, which is really nothing more than Axe the King without the stupid hat, or H1Z1, which he's as bad as that. He's as bad at that as he is at PUBG. So, I mean, you know, he needs to have some variety. And he won't play Fortnite because, you know, he's terrible at everything. So it is what it is. Mario Tennis would work out for him, but he's just too lazy to do it.
And be effective at it. I'm gonna have to play it a lot. Like, I'm gonna have to play it 2-3 times a week, play against all the different characters who have variations on their gameplay, find one that's my style, play the shit out of it to get good at it. I don't want to do that. I have way too many other games to play, and quite frankly, I didn't really enjoy the game that much to begin with. Like,
I love gaming.
yeah, I'm a gamer!
Now my question is, if he had actually came out of pocket and bought the game himself, would he have enjoyed it more? Since it was, you know, by someone else's good graces. And, you know, Phil doesn't appreciate anybody or anything. Maybe that's why he feels the way he does. Food for thought.
Worst gamer. Phil doesn't deserve popularity. Phil's a shithead who's never good at anything. Gamer juice.
If it's a game that I was having fun, and even though it was difficult, I would say, okay, I'll go back to it, but I'm not. I'm really not having that much fun with it, and I don't see the point when there's tons of other stuff I could be doing that I could be enjoying. I mean, that's kind of 50% of the deal. 50% of the deal is I'm enjoying myself, and 50% of the deal is you guys are enjoying watching me. So, you know, this is a rare case where some people did enjoy watching me play that game, but I don't like it. So I don't see the point in going back to it.
Rage quit the game.
Now, here's the thing. If you were the individual who kicked up the $60 for this, how much do you feel right now? I mean, seriously. Like, Dave essentially made his money off of it on Twitch, of course. He made his money, and then he quit it. But you were the one who put up the $60 for Dave to play it. And it was smart of you, because if I remember correctly, someone actually bought the code for him, I think, and just sent it to him instead of giving him the $60. Because if I remember correctly also, Phil didn't have any intention of buying this game. So if you had given him the $60, you'd been SOL. So, you know, there's at least that. So he did play it because he had no choice. And he made his money off of it. But how would you feel now, knowing that this game that has a ton of replay value, and he could have actually done, because, you know, he's an idiot, he could have done a bunch of different playthroughs with different characters and helped flush the actual game out. He won't do it because he's not smart enough. He had a bunch of opportunities, basically, off this game. And he still does. But he won't use it. So for the individual who paid for this, how do you feel? How does that make you feel? To know that off of your generosity, he made his, you know, $100, $200, $300 or whatever it was over the span of days that he played it, and then he was done with it. Even if he didn't delete it because he didn't want to come off like a total asshole, he took from it what he wanted, and then he essentially discarded it. Something to think about next time you want to give this man money. DSP News?
Wow.
However, I'm not deleting it. Keep in mind, guys, the Rage-athon is coming soon. If you guys aren't aware, this Sunday I'm going to set up the poll for people to start nominating and voting. Not the poll, but the thread, excuse me, on my forums. Patrons are going to start nominating and voting on games for the upcoming Rage-athon event that's going to take place next month. I guarantee you, Mario Tennis will be nominated as one of those games. So there you go.
So you're going to turn around and make them pay you to play it. You clever piece of bacon. You clever piece of bacon. Okay, so he played the game, he made his little bit of money off of it, and then he shelves it. Then he has this stupid Rage-athon, which is nothing more than just a makeshift fundraising event. That's what all of his events are, basically. He's going to use that. He's going to use that as the catalyst to make you guys pay him to play shitty games. Well, not shitty games. Play games that he's just shitty at. He's going to make you guys really... Jesus Christ. If he spent as much time trying to con people into doing what he wanted as he did and as he could do in just playing the game, who knows how far he'd get. You clever piece of bacon. Well, someone will make a BLT out of you eventually. Candied bacon would be delicious.
Dave the Pig the game did a 200-bit cheer I said, who's your favorite star from, or stand from JoJo? Excuse me. Mine is King Crimson.
Yeah. Oh my god. And the thing is Dave probably never even picked up on that. Absolutely amazing.
Honestly, I couldn't answer your questions because I don't know much about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure at all. But, yeah, thank you for the cheer. And yes, I think the reason he brought that up is because one of these pieces of fan art from Popsicola, which, by the way, he made a year ago. This was a...
Actually, you should check that out. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, at least the anime. Well, the manga is really good, but the anime is definitely dope. So if you guys haven't checked any of it out yet, you should.
Some of these fan art you guys are seeing on stream are a year old. These are from last year when I was playing Persona 5 and I brought them back, although a couple of them are new as well. So thanks to anyone who makes fan art for me. You know, it definitely adds to the quality of the streams. But there's one that's drawn in the style of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And that's why I think he's bringing that up, so. Okay, so anyway, you are the top cheerer for the day. Let's get you up there.
Deluxe Swine just did a 300-bit cheer, and I have no idea what the hell he's talking about. I think he might be doing a troll message or something. I have no idea what he's saying. I'm not reading that. But you are the top cheerer for today. Help! Save the pig! What the heck? A pig with a party hat. Hello, Mr. Piggy. The sicky piggy. Save the pig, the game. The whole game you're trying to save the pig's life. Help! That was good. What pasta do you prefer? I prefer a penne. Oh!
Alright, so there we go. It's a little shorter than I thought it would be, but it was pretty straightforward to say the very least. you couldn't really expect it too much out of Dave. It must have been a slow day for him. Must have been a slow day. In any case, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of that. So you're gonna you end up getting Mario Tennis for free, Mario Aces for free, I should say. You're getting it for free. You played it till you made your little money off of it, however much that was, and now you're gonna convince these kids to pay you to play it again in your Rage-athon, which isn't even a really good idea, because if I remember correctly, someone asked him to play Street Fighter V. Someone asked him to play Fortnite. I think you could vote on those. I don't know, but he said that it doesn't really make much sense for him to do it because, well, to sum it all up, he doesn't like neither one of those games. So he feels like, I'm not going to rage. I'm just going to be like, I don't care about the game and, you know, play it for an hour and then we're just going to move on and everybody's time's going to get wasted. So I'm sorry, you have to like the games that you're playing. That's how this works. Then it sounds like a shitty ass Rage-athon thing. A Rage-athon. Then it sounds horrible. And yet again, as I've said before, his patron's choice games, that's all this really is the illusion of choice. It's the illusion. It's nothing else but that. Because I think about all the games that are probably recommended to him, and then he cherry picks what he wants out of that, and it goes up. But I could be wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DSP News. Always late, never breaking, unreliable coverage that you can't count on. A GTG Network and Productions. I am your host / anchor, GTG, and I am signing off. End of broadcast. Wow. I mean, everything has to have an angle. He has to get paid for every little thing. Jesus Christ. Well, if you're not whoring, you're not trying.